Passwords are serious business. It's not something you should be cavalier about or not care about much about at all. You need to care about the passwords you use on your online accounts. This is vital. And if you do it right, then passwords can be your friend. They can help protect you. Here's a couple tips that I want to share with you that you might want to take in consideration when you're doing passwords. First of all, do you have passwords on your devices? Your iPhone, your Android, do you have a password on your laptop, your tablet, your desktop, etc., etc.? You need passwords on these devices because if they get stolen, the person who steals them can now have access to whatever is on there, including access to other online accounts. Do you know your device passcode? Are you aware of it, or is it just when you click on it, it opens up? You need to know the passwords or passcodes to your devices. You need to know how to change or reset the passwords or passcodes on your devices. In the event that you forget what they are, or in the event that you have to change it, you need to know how to do this. Additionally, are you using Face ID or Fingerprint ID on your devices? This is important. These are added security measures that can help you protect your devices and then protect the accounts associated with those devices. Here's a huge problem a lot of people make. They're using the same password on multiple, if not all of their accounts. Or what they're using is they have a password that they use and they just put a little additional character or additional code on it. They use the same password, but they add addendums to it so that they know this is for Facebook and Instagram, my bank, and my investments. You don't do that. You need a unique password, fully unique password for all of your accounts. Do you know how to reset the passwords on your account? Often, the way that you would reset a password on an account is that you would send a code to a cell phone number, a text to a cell phone number, or an email account that you manage, that you can get to, because that's often the portal to be able to reset these passwords. And or there's reset codes like secret questions associated with accounts. You need to know what these questions are, and you need to know what the answers are. You need to know what cell phone number and email addresses are associated with your accounts. Sounds like a lot of work? It is if you want to protect yourself. Are you managing your passwords, or are you just writing them down on sticky notes and sticking them all around your monitor? You don't want to do that. You want some process for managing and recording your passwords. And that's fine if you want to use a little black book that you protect. That's fine if you want to use a little notebook that you protect. It's also fine if you want to use tools like Bitdefender, Keeper, Bitwarden, or LastPass. And if whatever process that you use to store and manage your passwords, never deviate from that management process. Use it, stick to it, make it sustainable. Don't do it, oh, today I'll put it in LastPass and tomorrow I'll write it on a sticky note. You need to be committed to the process that you create to manage your passwords. Are your passwords secure? What are the best passwords? Here's a graph I want to show you that will really drive this home. I got this from Hive Systems. It's being shared all over the internet, and this is a legitimate company that's all about, security and cybersecurity. They offer this graph based on testing. If you have a 4-character password, it's instantly going to be hacked. Instantly if it's lowercase numbers and letters. Pretty quickly if it's upper and lowercase letters. Pretty quickly anywhere along the way, even up to 6 characters. But the moment you go to 8 characters of upper, lower, and even symbols, you make it harder for the hackers to get to. If you go to a 12-character password, that's just numbers, that's 4 days. But if you go to a 12-character password that is upper, lower, symbols, and numbers, that's 164 million years. It's nearly unhackable. Let me repeat this. If you have anything less than 8 characters and you just have numbers or letters, it's pretty easy for the hacker to hack it. But if you go to 12 character, and you go to a minimum of uppercase or lowercase letters and numbers, then you're going to go to 1,000 years for them to hack it. If you go to numbers, uppercase, lowercase, and even special symbols, then it's nearly impossible to hack. And if you want to protect your data, protect your systems, then you want a password that is nearly impossible to hack, not something that can be hacked in months or days. So be very serious about this. Use passwords that are really, I recommend you use what's called a story style password. This is what a story style password is. It's a sentence that you never say to anyone else ever. Let me repeat. It is a sentence that you would say to yourself, but you would never say to someone else ever. Here's an example. My sentence is 1997, I moved from Maryland to North Carolina with 5 women. Well, I converted that to a password. 97, uppercase I, lowercase mf, uppercase M, number 2, uppercase N, lowercase w, /5W. That's the password that I could have created with that sentence. And that's a sentence that I would never say to anyone else ever. And if I remember that in 1997, I moved from Maryland to North Carolina with 5 women, which, by the way, is true for me, then I would be able to quickly figure out my password and create a password that can't be hacked. And if you're going to use passwords that are nearly impossible to hack, again, you're going to want to use a tool. You're going to want to use a process to be able to store these passwords so you can get to them easily in the event that you forget what they are. And when you are struggling to recall them. So use a book, use a piece of paper, use a little a tablet or a password management tool and commit to using that tool. You are responsible for protecting your data. You are responsible for protecting your systems. The applications, the banks, the insurance company, the finance company, et cetera, they are there to help you. But you are responsible for doing this. So understand password management. Understand two-factor authentication. Understand how to reset your password on your devices and on your applications. Because the better you understand this, the better you're going to be able to protect your stuff.